I said to the group, all of them, do what you did in the last game. Take your shots. You got my full backing. I'm going to coach that other side of the ball, the rebounding, the defense. And they're young, and I think the rim looked about that big in the last game. This environment is incredible. The fan and all of them in that stadium cheering for their team. I thought the young guys were a little bit tense in the first one. So I tried, me personally, support them and say, take your shots. You know, I keep using the word about this whole experience is just respect. It's a really enjoyable, tough game of good basketball tonight. And I hope the fans liked it. I know they want their team to win, but I'm hoping they're enjoying the series because it's pretty special so far. I said to the group, all of them, do what you did in the last game. Take your shots. You got my full backing. I'm going to coach that other side of the ball, the rebounding, the defense. And they're young, and I think the rim looked about that big in the last game. This environment is incredible. The fan and all of them in that stadium cheering for their team. I thought the young guys were a little bit tense in the first one. So I tried, me personally, support them and say, take your shots. You know, I keep using the word about this whole experience is just respect. It's a really enjoyable, tough game of good basketball tonight. And I hope the fans liked it. I know they want their team to win, but I'm hoping they're enjoying the series because it's pretty special so far.
what we did. I'm a little bit surprised, just like everybody else. We just, during one of the timeouts, right before we started making our run, we just said, you know, look guys, nothing's working today. Nothing's working for us today. We're not hitting shots. We're not getting penetration of their defense. We're making a lot of defensive mistakes of our own. And I said, but we just got to keep, you know, keep working, look for something positive to happen. And, you know, you'll feel it when that, you know, might be a missed shot, it might be a you know, missed shot by them, or turnover, or maybe a layup or a dunk that we do, or something that might spark us. We're just looking for a spark. And suddenly, you know, Justin upped his motor, and Scotty went crazy, and got a couple of unbelievable rebounds again. And you know, we just got on a roll, and the crowd just kept feeding us and feeding us and feeding us. And we were hungry because we weren't getting much early, so we really used that feel from the crowd.
Coach, after struggling in the latter part of the third quarter, the team really came alive in the fourth. What did you say to the team before that quarter?
Well, that's basically what I said. Just, you know, be positive, and, you know, just keep working for something positive. And you know, it's funny in basketball games. You can feel the momentum shift, and we were looking for sparks so we could get some momentum, and you could just kind of feel it turning, and then it was like a wave coming over the whole stadium, and we just, like I said, we just fed off it.
At this point, we now open the floor for questions from our friends from the press.
How would you describe the atmosphere? You experienced something like this?
Yeah, I experience this all the time when I was playing against Ginebra. You guys got to remember, I was 25 years playing against Ginebra. I was playing against Ginebra during the, you know, the Big J times, and you know that's the way it was. We had that kind of atmosphere every time Ginebra hit the floor. You know, and it's a tough atmosphere. I mean, you feel like the crowd's against you. You feel like the referees are against you. And like I said, I played against that for 25, 26 years. So, you know, to be on the other side of it and feel that energy and know it's for you rather than against you. You know, the Bay Area is experiencing it for the first time. And they're doing a great job. But you know, like I said, I've been through countless games against the Ginebra, and every time it's all about trying to keep the crowd out of your mind, trying to keep the referees out of your mind, trying to just focus on what you got to do, and it's really, really hard. And so I'm certainly not going to apologize for being on the other side now. I spent 25 years battling it. I love being a part of it.
What do you think the momentum has swung in your favor in this series with this huge victory, and Nicholson possibly?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, does that mean Powell cannot play, or is it they could possibly bring Powell in? I hope Nicholson. He's such a good. He's not only a good player; he's a good person. So I don't want any ill will on Andrew. He's a real credit to their team, and he's a great representative to that team here in the Philippines. So. Yeah, I hope he can continue to play. I hope he can battle through that injury. I didn't see it. I didn't look at the video up to find out how bad it was or what it looked like. They only have 1 day of return, and we know that Powell is in the background, and we don't know if he's healthy or whether they can change to him or not. We don't know that stuff, and so we'll try to, you know, be prepared for anything. I guess we won't know until like 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Until, you know, if Nicholson can play or whether Powell will be changing him. If that's the case, it's going to change their game, and it's going to have to change the way we play our defense. So it would be very interesting. But again, I hope no ill will on Andrew. I hope he's healthy. I hope it was just a tweak and he can continue to play. He's really massively good, really massively good.
Last 2 games, you're not shooting that well. Is it a concern?
You bet it is. You know, again, we're just having a hard time finding penetration into their defense, and it's resulted in a lot of we keep probing and probing, but we can't find our way through, and so it results in a lot of perimeter shots late in the shot clock, and we got to get better than that. We got to do better than that. What we did, at the end of that halftime, and what we did, and maybe in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, was really live off our defense. We created missed shots, we created turnovers, and that opened it up for us offensively. But if we get into a half-court run with them, they're really, they're not only, they're very good in terms of sliding their feet and taking away gaps, but they're also very long. They have long wingspans. It's hard to penetrate their defense. And then once you get in there, you have to deal with Nicholson and Zoo, who's 6'9" and 6'10". It's tough. So, we just got to keep finding ways. Yeah, it's a real big concern. And going back to your question of whether we have momentum or not, you don't get momentum from winning one game. You get momentum from winning, 2 or 3, but one game is not momentum. In fact, now it's their turn. Basically we've been saying that. It was our turn in game 1, their turn in game 2, and now it was our turn to respond in game 3. Now it's their turn to respond in game 4. And that's how most series goes. It's like a ping pong, back and forth. And if you can get 2 games in a row, that's huge. And that usually means you win the series, if you can get 2 in a row. But not all the time, but usually means that. Usually it's a ping pong match, back and forth. So hopefully we can steel ourselves, make ourselves like iron and take on their onslaught on Friday and see if we can get a back-to-back win, which we need to win the series.
Coach, Jacket's father was sitting on the third bid. Father,
No, injury? No, it's not. From what I know, it's not an injury. It's he's been having gastro problems. He's been throwing up at night, not sleeping. He's been having a lot of problems like that, and we're not sure what it is. We're going to get him checked out, but that's yesterday before practice yesterday morning he was throwing up, quite violently in fact. So we weren't sure he's going to play today, but he's been a trooper. He's been battling through it and keeps coming out, keeps putting his uniform on, and keeps playing. So credit to Japhet, but he's been bothered by that.
We have any other questions? That is it for post-game press conference. Thank you and congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.